All right, scary movies that I would not survive. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and say that I'm the biggest horror movie fan. Why? Because I'm scary. I really don't enjoy being scared for fun. Like, I don't understand it. Never have, never will. Don't come at me if that's what you like. Just understand that you like that and I don't. I did some research into some of these horror movie villains just so I could tell you who I could beat and who I could not. I definitely am not beating Michael Myers. See, the thing about Michael Myers is that a lot of the time people have this misconception that he's a regular person. Anybody could beat him. And I'm not gonna lie, the movie does not help because there definitely are some plot holes in it. Like the fact that that old grandma looking lady somehow overpowered him whenever he was trying to murder her. But the thing about it is I feel like those scenes are literally just plot holes in the movie. I remember I had this exact conversation with some of my friends and they was like, Michael Myers, we for sure whipping him. We just gonna jump him. We gonna get some weapons and we gonna beat him down to the ground. He ain't gonna be able to get up. Which honestly, at first, I thought was a good plan until I realized they tried that already, buddy. It didn't work. It was like 12 of them, a whole neighborhood beating him down with bats, beat him to the ground. And guess what he did? He got back up and he murked them all. Effortlessly too. He was dodging stuff like John Wick and they did not touch him once. They didn't even leave a scratch. So you think me, a 5'8" man, is gonna be able to take on Michael Myers by myself? Absolutely not. You can't even shoot him. What am I gonna do? Jason Voorhees is very similar to Michael Myers in the way that some people think that he's regular. But they don't pay attention into the film that he is literally immortal. You can't beat him. You cannot unalive him. What do I do? Not to mention that even though I feel like I'm strong, he's way stronger than anything I could ever imagine. Cuz is running through buildings, he's punching people's heads off, he's squeezing their heads so hard that their eyes pop out. How am I going to beat that? Oh, let's not forget about the fact that he teleports too. You mean to tell me I see him in my house, I'm running all the way down the street, I get to the end of the street, and then he just pops up? So you already know I hit a quick U-turn and run the other way, and then there he is again. Now, the only realistic scenario that I could honestly say for me being Jason is the fact that I would literally never go to his camp. I'm never going to a cabin in the woods. I don't camp. Me and outdoors, we don't mix. My favorite thing to do outside is to go back inside. And that's pretty much the basis for how he gets everybody in every single movie. So realistically, I can never see me actually being in the line of fire for him to ever come get me. But regardless, you put us toe to toe, I'm getting murked. End of story. See, this movie is basically about doppelgangers coming to unalive their original. And honestly, I'm here to tell you, if my doppelganger was a guy who looked just like me, but he was raised in a tunnel with no real life experiences, I'm whooping him easily, stumping him out. You got no chance. If y'all don't know, I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I was ranked #1 in wrestling. I trained boxing and kickboxing. There's no way that this underground version of me with no training is going to get me, unless he has a knife, and then just throw away everything I just said. I know a lot of people who train like to think that if somebody has a weapon, they'll just do this, or whatever that Detroit survival training thing was. If he has a gun, you'll just get murked, buddy. Don't try that. The sad truth though, buddy, is a $30 purchase off Amazon can negate years and years of training. But no weapon, me and my doppelganger, who has been living underground for his whole life, no way, you're getting murked. Hand-to-hand combat, you're getting murked. Just to make this more parallel to the plot of the movie, let's say my whole family was calm. Now let's get the easy picks out the way. Mother, sister, y'all stand no chance. My brother, I don't know. Me and my brother low-key the same size for real. But again, this version of him will be underground with no formal training. So we had to fight. I think I'm murking that version of my brother too. Now let's go to the big bad boss. My dad. If my dad's doppelganger tried to get me, yeah, he got it. Not gonna lie. Bro, every dude knows for some reason that your dad has some sort of unspoken power against you. If you ever try to fight your dad, you will 100% lose. It doesn't matter how many weights you lift. Doesn't matter how long you train. If you do boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, judo, karate, Muay Thai, you could be a black belt in everything. You could be the second coming of Michael Jai White. And guess what? You are still getting murked by your dad. I don't know why it's like that, but it just is. Get Out isn't really a horror movie. I guess you could call it a horror movie, but it's more of suspense. But honestly, if I'm in that same situation, I get caught up by a family like this, I'm not getting out. Because quite frankly, I'm not that smart. Some of y'all might be looking at me kind of funny, knowing that I did well in school, I got good grades. You see, this is a different type of smartness. Yeah, I'm book smart, but you have to have very high situational awareness to make it out of something like this. And the thing about it is, I know I'm folding because if I'm put under that much pressure, I'm not going to be able to think straight, which is the thing that people underestimate the most. Even from me working in the hospital now, I know that it takes time to develop the ability to stay calm under a stressful situation. So if I was literally in a situation where I think I'm about to get murked, my mind is going to be going crazy and I'm not going to be able to focus and I'm not going to be able to think about the small things to get me out of the situation, especially if it's as complex as this one. The moment I hear they trying to take out my brain and transplant it to another human, I'm like, oh, I'm done. The Purge is somewhat of a realistic scenario. Well, not really realistic because I don't think America would be that crazy to let this happen. I don't know, with the way things going, you really never know. But I don't really think I'm surviving this one. Not because I'm enabled, just because I feel like I'm lazy and I feel like people who are more dedicated to the cause are gonna do more than me. Biggest advantage I have is that I don't feel like I got no odds. I don't feel like I have no enemies. Nobody's looking for me. But the fact of the matter is, if this was to happen, I'm gonna have to board up the windows. I'm gonna have to go in some sort of basement, cellar, safe, vault, something like that. And the thing about it is, I lack those basic survival skills. I don't know where to go. And then you have to think too, in a state of panic like this, everybody's gonna be trying to do the same thing. Even if I try to drive, go somewhere, somebody with an AK is gonna be standing on the ceiling trying to just spray the car with bullets. And do you think you're making it out, especially if it's legal? No. Now, the only thing about the Purge I feel like is super unrealistic is that I just don't think this many people would just want to go out and just unalive people for fun. Trust me, we do got our fair share of weirdos, but I don't see the main majority of people just wanting to do that. I'm not beating Freddy Krueger either. I know some people said that to beat Freddy Krueger, the thing they'll do is try and lucid dream and try to outsmart him in their own dream. But the thing about this is not applicable to me because I myself have never lucid dreamed in my entire life. And the one time that I was aware that I was dreaming, I literally woke up 5 seconds later. So if Freddy Krueger catches me lacking inside of my dream, I'm cooked. There's no way. The biggest shot I got is his pure confusion for whatever my dreams be, because I don't know why, but my dreams literally look like that scene of SpongeBob, wherever Squidward, it's like, I literally be waking up confused in myself. Now, if I catch Freddy Krueger outside the dream, obviously I can murk him because he's literally just a regular guy then. But anything beyond that is raps for me. Not making it out. The zombie movies are kind of similar to The Purge in the sense of that it's kind of like an apocalypse. But the thing about a zombie apocalypse is that, quite frankly, I don't want to live through it. I don't care. I have gotten into arguments about this countless times. But I am not living through a zombie apocalypse. If the world outside looks like The Last of Us or The Walking Dead, please take me first. I'm not even putting up a fight. Either I'm grabbing the closest piece of artillery and putting it to good use on myself, or I'm completely jumping out the window so you can feed me to the hogs. I am not living through an apocalypse. I don't care. I'm not walking for miles just to get a bottle of water, not driving 20 miles just to get a piece of cheese, and I'm not living in a dusty, old beat up cabin, no air conditioning, no baths, can't brush your teeth. I'm not living through that, bro. At that point, bro, I'm not even really living. So what's the point of me even trying to pursue some type of life? I'm sorry, families and friends, if the zombie apocalypse comes, count me out. Quite frankly, we making quick work of Scream. Scream is literally just a regular person. His name's not Scream, Ghostface, whatever you want to call him. It's just a regular guy. They literally get murdered at the end of every single movie. The only way Ghostface is getting me is if he uses that magic voice changer thing and acts like my mama to come get the remote for her, and then just pops out the corner and just like, ah. Besides that, there's absolutely no way just a dude with a knife is going to get me, because the moment I know you're on my trail, again, I'm getting the nearest piece of artillery, but this time I'm using it on you. No way, Jose. Not happening. Sinners. I really don't know if you would describe this as a horror movie either, but I really enjoyed this movie, so I wanted to include it. And the fact that I'm definitely not surviving. Put me in a situation like Smoke was. I think that was no, it wasn't Smoke, it was Stack. Put me in the position that Stack was, where his girlfriend called him into that room and then proceeded to literally bite his face off. I'm cooked. Because if my girlfriend calls me into a secluded room, it is no way that I'm gonna have any level of suspicion, and she's gonna catch me lacking with my pants down, literally. So in that case, that I'm not surviving. Since I guess if I get bit, I turn into a vampire. So in a way, I kind of survive. And even that is low-key trash, because now I have to live my life as a vampire. I don't get to go out in the sun no more. Can't go to the beach, and more than that, I can't eat my favorite foods and stuff. For that, I don't think I'm gonna survive as a human, and wouldn't want to survive as a vampire. We're not even talking about any of that stuff. All that stuff, nah, I'm good. Yep, y'all got it. Nope, I'm good. That's all the horror movies I'm gonna discuss in this first part. If you like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we might do a second part. And give me some suggestions for a second part of this type of video that I can do. Hey, look, but before you go,
bye.